Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all well. Doing things a little bit different here. We are gonna start this live here very shortly, the next minute or two. Right now, I'm just gonna take some time to share this out. If you guys could share it out as well, we will be doing the e-ticket competition, spin the wheels right off the bat, and then get into some RC news and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get off screen, share this out, and hope you guys can do the same. I'll be right back in a few minutes, and we'll get this program going.
Nitro is the glory, but E-Buggy pays the bills. Welcome to the No Name RC podcast. Get ready for some serious bench racing. But be warned, we speak our minds, express our thoughts, and sometimes things can get a little rowdy.
Hate, and he just was influenced by the hate coming from the left, the hate coming from the right.
And let's get back to more club racing and less of this grabbing racing.
It's hard not to be arrogant when you're always right. You know?
See what I mean? That's exactly why people call you arrogant, Max.
You may not agree with everything we say, but it's definitely worth a listen.
And our pick, can you stop whatever you're doing?
Join your host, Lefty the Great, with co-hosts and guests as they get together to chat RC.
Hey, after that race that I watched this morning, I have to talk about it.
Here we go. $100 right here, $100 throw. Oh no! I like this.
Yes, indeed. Nitro's the glory. But E-Buggy pays the bills, and coffee keeps us going. Thank you to Get Shit Done Coffee. Good morning, everybody. Well, happy Tuesday to all of you guys out there. I don't know. Tuesday's a weird day of the week. It's like, all right, you're in the second day of the week. Monday is going by. Tuesday is a little bit better, you know. Then Wednesday comes around, you're like, oh yeah, still struggling a little bit, but you're almost there. Then Thursday, you get that renewed vigor. And Friday comes, you like got all the energy in the world because you're gonna get out and go do some racing that weekend. We got Chemo RC, JW Smart, Rappy D722, BE Racing, Terry Brooklyn, Hunter Parsons, Just Sergeant. What's up, you guys? Hope you're well. Hope those that were racing at Fall Brawl this past weekend have recovered. It looked cold and wet there. I said, Danny, how is it? Cold, Lefty, cold. But Danny is cold all the time. So who knows? What up, Casey Blasick? I saw that you was at the carpet is it the U.S. Carpet Championships? I have the results up here. All right. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for joining on. We got 34 people this morning. First time watcher. Thank you, Renegade Ren. Captain Nitro. I know who that is. Oh, you too, Jerry. He's changed his name to Captain Nitro. I like it. If you guys could do me a favor, share this out. Let's get some people here. Let's get a lot of people getting here. We do have some goals. What's up, Adam Camacho? How are you? You know, we're taking super chats. You want your question answered today? What topic talked about? Super chat. Let's get 10 super chats. 10 super chats. And then we'll do a live with Pecco next week. What up, Clay Keats? How are you? Hope you guys are well. With that said, a big shout out to you guys, the NNRC squad around the world. We can't do without you guys. Thank you for the continued support. Hello, Revolution Motorsport. Chad Roberts, what's up? Send it, bro, in the house. Okay, hey, that must be his nickname. What's up, David Leakey? How are you? How are things going? Where is Jimmy Woodley? Somebody's tag Jimmy Woodley. Say, get his behind in her. Put this up on in the hobby shop. Thank you guys. You guys are getting a early access to a Brock Champlin interview that I did last weekend. You guys will get early access to that this weekend if you are a patron or a YouTube member. If you like what we're doing and you want to support the podcast a little bit more, you can do it financially via Patreon or become a YouTube member. If you wish to support us today, you can give us some super chats. And I did give Pecco mostly all of the super chats that we got from the World's Race. I did not see that, BE, but interesting move about Adrian Stillwell's time as Schumacher. Ha! He was X-ray. Surprise. Send it, bro. It's a new clothing line coming to cross multiple sports. Why? Because we send it, bro. Cool. You need some Nitro's the glory. E-Buggy pays the bill stuffs on there. Also, a big shout out to our sponsors. Some of them are staying with us. Some of us are leaving. We greatly appreciate their support. A big shout out to J Concepts, High Tech RCD, Sidewinder Fuel, Latera Racing, Invisible Speed, ML Toys, Side Piece Racing, Dollar Hobbies, Get Shit Done Coffee, Elite RC Productions, RC Project, Mayako, Techno RC, Beach RC, Racecraft USA, Clinic RC, and Fly Sky. We have links for all of those in the written. If you're a small company or a big company in RC and looking to think this is a great platform to advertise on, send us a message. We still have a few spots left going into next year, and we are willing to work with everybody and whatever price you may have. All right, so Tyler Jones just sent me a message because this is something I'm going to talk about. So there we go, some breaking news right there. Not about where he's going, but about what happened with him and Sparko, because that was a big shock to me. But yeah, if you guys wish to be a part of the NNRC, you can do it many different ways. If you're a company wish to advertise, we can. All of that counts and makes this podcast happen. These things don't happen without advertising money, without the revenue from YouTube, the revenue from the Patreon, all that stuff. It all matters. So thank you all for the support over the years. And continue. And he says, bowl front end. I have an idea where he's going, though. I have, if I would, I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that. We'll get into Tyler Jones. We greatly appreciate the support. We can't do it without you guys. So cheers to you guys. Happy sip of second cup of coffee, because you should all be on your second cup of coffee. Unless you're on the West Coast, and then you're probably only on cup number 1. Because I'm actually 4 hours ahead. It's 12 something here. Thank you, Tyler. I pay $5 a month. So should everyone else. Thank you, Captain Nitro. Captain Nitro. And he's, this guy, he won an awesome prize the last time. He won the Ignite Design RC gas truck. Well done, Jerry Klingbeil. I see his name's up there. All right. So I know a lot of you guys are here for that. Cup 1, trying to catch up, says Revolution. Cup number 3, says Chad Roberts. Woo! You definitely send it. You live on the wild side. You do. Man, it's the 9th of December already, guys. Can you believe that? This year is done. I am not going to the Clash this year, BE Racing. No, too early. I am back in the States mid-January for Beast of the East in Lucama, North Carolina, SIC, and then INS in Wisconsin. And then possibly I'll stay and race the first round of Florida RC Championships. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I like to be home Christmas and New Year's. And Christmas goes until the 6th of January here in the DR. Good morning, Bikes and Balding from Colorado. How are you guys? Happy cup of coffee to you guys. We have a discount or deal with Get Shit Done Coffee. It's in the written description. He's an RC racer too. He has a track as well. Home of the Hustle Raceway. They're in Kansas. Taylor DeLosa. I was on the Slowest Fast podcast the other day. Those guys are pretty savage. It's like 4 guys. Thank you, Tyler. He says, back to work. He took a break from work to send me a message. Let me make sure I got it. So I reached out to him about what happened at Sport. Okay, so I got a message. I'm going to have to read it and then get back to you guys because I can't read it word per word. Hope Hunter King is there. I haven't seen him in a minute. He might be. Yeah, might. You guys are diehards. You're going to be there New Year's Eve. I give you guys, you RC guys, you RC 10 scale RC nerds are diehards. New Year's Eve, I guess that's a good way to spend it with your friends and your RC family at an RC track. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. But not for me. Not for me at all. All right. I just want to say a big shout out to our NNRC drivers. Mason Fuller had a great weekend at Fall Brawl. He won Truggy and E-Buggy. Ronald Falk had a good weekend at his Hootie Series race. I think it was on road and at his track. Could be wrong. Somebody will correct me on that. I kind of zoned out of RC over the last week to an extent. Not out of RC, but I watched, actually, I'm lying. I did watch quite a lot of the Fall Brawl. I actually watched I'm just trying to bring out Ronald Falks. I actually did watch the Nitro Buggy. Yeah, so it looks like it was 12 scale racing there in Sweden. But was it at his, yeah, it was at Ronald Falks track. So at DR Arena, Racing Arena, he had the Hootie Series, and it looks like he came first in 12 scale and third in touring car. All right. So Ronald Falk getting beat at his home track. Hey, Tim Perez, he says, thank you. He says, love the channel. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Can't do without you. Hello, Lee Flowers. How are you? You have missed nothing yet, Steven Sears. We haven't done anything. So how about that C main of Sportsman E-Truggy? Wait, at Fall Brawl? No, I didn't watch all of that. But Sportsman C main E-Truggy at Fall Brawl, I wouldn't want to be turn marshaling that. Not at that race track where it's so rough, people probably couldn't even do a lap without crashing. No, not this fat guy. Getting too old for that. Getting too Hunter Parsons says brutal. Yeah, I didn't watch all of it. I tuned in, but in and out. I would go, come, go back outside, do something. I did miss that, but I imagine it was brutal. All right, so as you guys know, none of the coverage from any of these events are possible without you guys' support, and your support comes in the form of e-ticket sales for different prizes that Elite RC Productions either gets a really good deal on. A lot of the products they buy from the actual shops, if there's a shop attached to the track that we go to. So every track that Elite went to at the INS race, they bought product there. Then they, basically e-ticketed it off to raise money to subsidize the rest of the money for the trip, right? So hello, Mr. Ben Mohammed. How are you? He says, Taylor Glur says 4 degrees. How was the weather there down there? It was like 75 this morning and lovely. It's beautiful down here right now. Hello, Mr. Ben Mohammed. So a lot of this, you guys support us. We greatly appreciate it. We had some pretty cool. We had one e-ticket competition from Florida Carpet Championships with a 2-wheel drive car built by Brock Champlin. We have the Adam Drake motor, the Ultimate Racing motor, and your choice of a Techno 2.2 Nitro buggy or E-Buggy kit. And thank you guys for all of this. We're going to start right off the bat with the Brock Champlin one. Let me make sure I have the right one up, because this is the oldest one. So let me get this up for you guys. Ooh, this is gonna, okay, I think that's should be good enough. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna add this to stage. Can you guys see that? I am going to shuffle it. Right now we have 80 entries in here. Thank you to Anthony DIG. You really wanted this. He spent he bought quite a few tickets. So I'm going to shuffle this up. It's been shuffled, and good luck to everybody. We're going to spin the wheel. Alrighty. Good luck, everybody. It is going to go to Wilson Harstock. Well done, Wilson. Let me take a picture of that. So Wilson Harstock, congratulations. Thank you for the support. We greatly appreciate that. And I am going to eliminate that one and get the next one going. So well done. Good luck to Wilson. Congratulations to him. So well done. All right. So what should we do next? Should we do the... What's up, Jason Kissinger? How are you? Should we do the Adam Drake one? Or should we do the Ultimate Engine? Or should we do the Techno? What do you guys say? What up, Derek V? All right. I'm going to make the pick as nobody has made the pick. Ultimate. All right. We'll go with what Hunter Parsons says. Oh, my goodness. We're going with what Hunter Parsons says. He's the first one to say it. This is for... I have it right here. Give me a second, everybody. This is for an Ultimate Engine MRXR version 2 V2 ceramic bearing engine with pipe. So this is a pipe and pipe engine combo from Ultimate. What's happening, Travis RC? Let us go here. So we have 60 entries. We're going to shuffle all up, and it is shuffled. And good luck, everybody. Oh, AJ Waters, congratulations. He probably needs that too. He probably needs an engine because he's a Nitro guy. Congratulations, AJ Waters. It was so close to our other good friend from Phil Hurd, Kyle Brown. Wow, so close, Kyle Brown. So close. All right, let us get back to, let's do the next engine as well. Wow, that was close. Very close. All right, we're going to do the Drake 4, Adam Drake 4 engine. So this is the newest one out. I know absolutely nothing about this engine. Zero. Hunter Parsons owes me a Shamrock Shake from McDonald's still. They have Shamrock Shakes? What is a Shamrock Shake? Hunter Parsons, was you even close just now? All right, we're going to shuffle it up. Shuffled up. Good luck. Everybody, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. May the RC gods be in your favor. Ooh. No way. What? Seth Patton has won a lot. A lot. He has won quite a lot, and he wins again. Congratulations, Seth Patton. Is it actually something, Travis? A Shamrock Shake? Or is it something that it's not taboo? I don't know. Congratulations, Seth Patton. It's all rigged until Hunter Parsons wins one. I get it, Hunter. I get it. But Jerry's won. All right. We got our next one up. This is our last one, everybody. And this is for your choice of a Techno. A Techno MP. Sorry. A Techno E-Buggy or Techno Nitro Buggy. You just let us know. Also, if you guys can reach out to, good morning, Douglas. How are you, sir? If you have one, reach out to the Elite RC Productions Facebook or email them. I have your names as well, so I'll be forwarding them to Lance and Daniel. But last one, good luck, everybody. Let's get over here. Let's shuffle it up. It's shuffled, and good luck. Whoa! Christopher Tingen. Congratulations, Christopher Tingen. I hope I'm saying your name right. Oops. Hold on. Christopher Tingen. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody, man. Thank you, everybody, for the support. We greatly appreciate it. Congratulations to all the winners. Unfortunately, I wish everybody can win, but that's not how it works, as you guys know. So congratulations to those that won. Good job. Thank you. We greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to, I hope I took proper pictures. I was so excited. I might have taken videos. Oh, I'm an idiot. Let's see. Okay, I got it. Wilson, AJ, Seth, Chris Jenkins. So we went two-wheel drive, ultimate engine, Adam Drake engine, Techno. Bikes and boating. I'm buying tickets next time. Oh, awesome. We do this at every race that we go to. Every race. All righty. So what's up, everybody? 57 people watching right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all the support. I know a lot of you got a little Fall Brawl hangover. If you was at the carpet championships, you probably got a carpet hangover and being inside and sniffing all that sauce. No, they don't do sauce there. but the corner guys do sauce, if I'm not mistaken. I saw that. What's up, Andy Barrett? I saw that Eddie Henley took the subfloor and carpet, and he got it. He must have bought it from him, I guess, and is taking it back to Hoosier to make a carpet track there, which is great. I think Hoosier should have a carpet track. All for that. All for that. How you doing, Andy? All right, so let's get into some RC news. So this past weekend, if you guys listen to our live show that I did last weekend with Alex Sturgeon and Jason Rona. Hey, Mike, you know what? Thank you. I almost forgot all about Mike Lopes. So I just wanted to say a big shout out to my friend Mike Lopes. He actually this is something that I'm very nervous about at RC tracks. He actually had a tire marshal incident where he was tire marshaling a car. I don't know how it exactly happened, but basically he took a car to the side of the face her, and he woke up in the hospital. I was talking to him. He's cognizant, but he's fractured a lot of bones around there, and it was a very sad thing. I hope he heals. I know this is not what people want going into their holidays. I hope he heals up enough where he can enjoy his holidays as well, Mike. And I got to be careful out there, man. Got to be careful as a driver and as a marshal. You got to be careful. Be cognizant. I raced with the KC the week before the Ohio race and picked up a couple of wins. Kid is incredible. Okay, I guess you're talking about KC Belkey. And okay, so Jason Kissinger says on-road first. No, he did not. This did not happen at Fall Brawl. This happened, I want to say, last weekend. I'm not sure where it was, but yeah, I think it's still, I got to reach out to him again. I think it's still in the hospital. So head up. I know it's hard, Mike. I know it's hard, but we got to be more careful out there. All of us as drivers, as marshals, everybody. All right. So there was a world championship going on this past weekend, and it was taking place in Chile. It was, the really fast, I call them the F1 class of RC. It's the Nitro cars. So the two, they like the wedge shape. They're actually the GPs, they're called, or IC on-road, 1/8 on-road championships. So, the really top echelon of the fast ones. Hello, Eric. That happened on in Chile at the Cash facility. They also had the GT Worlds there about a month and a half ago, which is the more touring car based type of cars. They're based off of, basically like touring cars, but bigger, and have rubber tires. So they had this event down here. It's a beautiful facility. It's about 45 minutes outside of Santiago, Chile. I've had the privilege of going there twice, and it was fun. It's had very bad turnouts. It had like 50 something entries. It had 50 plus entries or less at the GT Worlds, and this one was even worse with only 48 entries. So it was really bad. Also, everybody, we have a poll going on as well. I just remembered that. So we do have a poll going on, and we want your vote because we're going to talk about this too. So let us know what you think in that poll, and don't be afraid to hit that super chat as well, and help us make some Christmas money. So we do have a poll. I'm just trying to look at that poll right now, see how it's going. And back to that. So once again, they go back to this facility, and it only have 48 entries. No Infinity team whatsoever. None. Not even the previous world champion was there. Nobody from Infinity was there. No Nato. Like, they had a few. Obviously, they had Tony Gruber went. Simon Kusberg and Katazani. Katazani was the fastest all weekend. He TQ'd and everything. But basically, yeah, no Infinity team, nowhere near like what it was in 2023. I think the Worlds were in Japan. And I have no idea. So I have no idea why Infinity went, but I think it has something to do with they don't feel that Santiago is safe or whatever. I don't know, man. I think that these two events, while this is a beautiful facility, I'll be honest with you. I think Infinity basically carries Nitro on road. They have the most money. Yes, there's other companies that make Nitro on-road cars in the GT world and the GP world, but Infinity has a lot of money into it. That's their bread and butter, especially in this class in the 10 scale Nitro sedan. I feel that when Infinity is involved, it's always going to be like this. So, I guess that if Infinity doesn't go, it's probably going to end up like this. And they didn't go. And, when you don't have to repeat the current world champion, well, ex-current world champion go into the race and whatnot, it kind of sucks. I don't know what the reasons for. I've been to Santiago twice. Never had any issues. Been to this facility twice. Maybe they felt like spending their money to go there wasn't worth it. I don't know. But once again, I claim to, I know nothing about this class. Just like somebody said quite confidently about our show last week, you all don't know nothing about vintage RC. Exactly. We don't. We admit that. I know nothing about this. It's fun, it's cool, but here we have all three Nitro World Championships check it. So if you combine the 10 scale Nitro Worlds from late last year and these two world championships, these three world championships, you have 150 entries, maybe 160. That's combining three world championships. I don't know what's up with Nitro on road. Don't claim to know, but I know that Red RC was there and they did, as usual, great coverage because I read the whole thing this morning. I know they had coverage live streaming, but it was like a local team doing it. I've met all the people a lot of the people there in Chile myself and been to two beautiful facilities there. It's unfair sometimes I really feel it's unfair to the tracks that do it because they don't make any money. And I don't know what they're gonna do here in the future with these type of decisions and these type of races. I think they should combine the 10 scale Nitro sedan and 8 scale class together. They're both on firm tires. I think you should race them both in one. You can race them in 1 week, and it's just a very expensive, unpopular class compared to what it used to. People are not. It's cool. It's fun. It looks great, but it's just it's. I mean, obviously, I know there's other circumstances like Infinity isn't there, so that's probably, let's say if the Infinity and team was encouraged to go and everybody went, that's probably another 50 people, maybe 60. So who knows? I don't think it's nothing to do with, but congratulations to Shoki Takahata, who won it, and I believe is a Mugen driver, and the young, there was Simon Kuser in second. I'm just looking for in the Mugen, so it was a Mugen Serpent top 3. Cantazani, who was the fastest all weekend, had some issues and was still able to catch up. That young man's fast. It's unfortunate that this class isn't as popular as it used to be, because there's some fast races in there. Bikes and boating. Our local track had 98 entries for our trophy event at NNRC. That's crazy. And it's 10 scale racing. Did you see the Tamiya bike and RC Grand Prix? I did not. Chad Roberts. Hey, if you guys want questions or topics, we're doing super chats. But he asked, has anybody raced the one with Soto suspension? JQ poo-poos it, but You would think as an engineer he would see the benefits. I guess people don't like change. I did a interview with him. The people that I've talked to that use it, regular guys, which most of us are, love it. So I would say try it and let us know. What's up, Rory Holler? How are you? Come on, guys, help us reach our goal of 10 super chats. All right. What are we gonna go on to? Do we want to go into more world's news? I think we should. Let's just go right into world's news. Let's take this off and let's get this up here. More world's news as the decision to put the 2027 Worlds at Hootie Arena once again. So this is from Red RC. IFMAR has announced that the 10-scale electric off-road world championship is set to return to the Hootie Arena in 2027. The indoor dirt track, which is part of the Hootie X-Ray factory in Slovakia, previously hosted the same world championships when it was the Efros Block's last turn to host the race in 2019. So basically, after FEMAR declined to hold this because they didn't feel it would make sense, IFMAR then put this, Twitch, I don't know who you are, but you did not win anything. So after FEMAR declined this, IFMAR basically changed their rules, which I'm actually good with because the rule previously was this would have to go back to the previous block that held it, which would went back to FEMCA and probably would have went to Australia or China, which both would have been good if either. I mean, they just had it in Australia. China would have been a great place to have it as well. Anyway, they basically said to each block, Roar, EFRA, FEMCA, come up with a bid from one track and we'll decide. And basically, obviously, I'm sure each block was not flooded, but had bids from various different tracks. We talked about this last week. It was about 4 or 5 different tracks from on the EFRA side, Estonia being one of them, Ungaro Ring, a couple of other places, but nothing, nothing too ostentatious. In the American side, it was, you did win, AJ Waters. You won the Ultimate Engine, I do believe. Yep. Ultimate Engine and Pipe. Congratulations. Thank you. On the American side, they took bids. So it was Hoosier, a couple other, I think it was Hoosier, RCCA, and A-Man. Basically, Raw presented Hoosier to do this. Hoosier Hobbyplex there in New Albany. And IFMAR chose to go to Hootie again. And they went to Hootie back in 2019. So they went there. By the time they get there, it will be 8 years. Yeah, definitely. Give me a super chat. I'll talk about that, Casey Blasek. Long as it's a good super chat. I can only talk about my estimates. What I think. Anyway, so it's back to Hootie. They just had a Euros there as well. They now have it glued. Excuse me. They now have a glued. So thank you, Chad. We appreciate that, sir. 1 super chat. That's how we get going. 9 more to go. Thank you, sir. You have a question and wait. So I know a lot of people are like, damn. I mean, I think Hoosier would have been great too. I think that, and the other track that bid was, they used was the GDC track, the China track that Pecco is at, which we'll have Pecco on next week and he'll talk about it. Ronafalk and Coelho were there. It's under roof. It's clay. They're going to have the touring car worlds there. It would have been great too. So I think all 3 of these spots were good. Hootie, Hoosier, as well as GDC. But I think IFMAR went with the safest spot. They know that X-Ray can put on a good world championships. They've done it before. They've put on other major events. They have a beautiful place. It's in a city. It's nice, very nice there. It's cost effective. I think everybody can travel there, no problem. Okay, it's a little far for probably guys coming from West Coast or even America. But I mean, they just all went to Australia. It'd be far for the Australians and Asians as well. But I think it's the safest bet. Now, here's some of the things I'd like to see, because I already see people complaining about this already in the comments about, obviously, there's always some shenanigans or some gray area stuff floating around when X-Ray has an event at this place. I would love them to, I think it's like they have to do like, this isn't a big, it's a big track, but it isn't a big, giant, permanent off-road 8-scale track in the side of a mountain. It's in a facility that this track can be dug up and redone easily, and then they could seal it with glue. I don't care, but I really hope they redo the whole track. I remember it's 10 scale, so they have to do 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. But everybody that I know likes the Hootie facility. I'm sure the Europeans are probably like, oh, back to you, Hootie again, and then they probably want to go somewhere else, and I'm sure others do. I mean, Spencer Rivkin, he won a World Tour. Bruno won a World Tour the last time in 2019. So I would say that I'm okay with this. There's probably many people like myself who have never been to a Hootie arena and would like to go, and this is a good chance to go for an event. So, and I'm sure they will do a great job within their budgets to do it properly, because X-Ray has the money to do it. You have to listen. I am so shocked if any of these people make a lot of money or any money off these world championships, because the amount of stuff you need to do it is incredible. Like the amount of people you need to hire for that week. Like I can't even imagine how many people Redavon hired for the week they were there. Security, girls to check you in, security to check you in, people walking around, security for this side, people working her, people doing it. They had about 20 people, 25 people on staff for a week. So you got to pay for all of that. So I'm okay with it. And then it goes to America in 2029. So I wouldn't have minded going to Hoosier. I wouldn't have minded going to China. I'm okay with it. So I think a lot of people want to go to Hootie Arena and check it out. I know a lot of people do. They'll do a good job. All right. I think that if it would have went to China, we would have seen a lot of negativity. I mean, you already seen it with not necessarily from top tier drivers, but from the regular person or driver who's a little bit uninformed or has a theory about China in a sense, instead of, I'm always about go see what the country's about before you criticize it. So I think that would have been a big issue for China as well, because I'm seeing that happening right now with the Touring Car World Championships that are going to be happening there in April. Exactly, Brennan. No matter where it goes, it will have bitching. I meant to ask you, I saw you drove race 13.5 this weekend. What was that about? Was you just having fun, or did you lose a bet? Mike Lopes, happy holidays. Man, look, thank you. Get well soon. Get well soon. All right, let's move on to Fall Brawl, which happened this past weekend at the Lake Waccamaw. This is like my first Fall Brawl. I haven't been in about 4 years. Just the way things kind of lined up with the recent USA tour, I wasn't able to go. So I'm just kind of chilling at home, doing all the stuff, getting things ready for 2026. Fall Brawl happened this past weekend. Ryan Burnett builds the track there. It is old school. Oh, it depends. Sometimes it can be old school, loamy, damp, moist type of dirt where it's great, like super loamy, or it can be really cold, dry like holiday on ice, which I don't like. And then I'm seeing it almost groove up. So I've seen this go 3 different ways at 3 different times of the year. If you was at Fall Brawl, let me know in the comments. Was it that fluffy, damp, nice loam, or was it that skatey, no grip type of loam? If you know what I mean. Casey Blastic says Shim Daddy had to give these guys a wake up call real quick. Just repping the brand to help test the new motor. I'm all for you guys going down to stock more often and racing these guys. So I could prove my point to Joey Fisher. He thinks that these stock guys will beat you top guys. I don't think so. All right. So if you went to Fall Brawl, let me know. Oops. What's up, Blinky GFX? I'm doing good. If you went to Fall Brawl, let me know. Maybe I can bring up the tracker. Oh, our poll's been going. We've had 30 votes. 20% said Europe, not Hootie. 77% said USA. 3% said Asia. 0% back to Australia. So our poll's going. Keep it going. I am going to bring up some footage of Fall Brawl. Wow. Joey Fisher's slow of everything. What's up, Martin? How are you enjoying normal life once again? You know what? We will watch. So I have to say, while I bring up this, I have to give this young man some credit because he did really well. First off, I'm going to give Mason Fuller his flowers. This is, I think, one of the most stacked top lineups I've seen for a while going to Fall Brawl. We had Mason Fuller, Brandon Rose, Camden Lyon's been there many times. Cole Ogden goes every year. We had Cole Caston, he's been there. David Olson. And we had some other fast, I would say fast, decent guys. We had Colin Weatherholt used to race, comes to this race every once in a while, every year to race. Julian Oliveras, Maddie Long making her moves. She's now running a lot more pro at these regionally big races. She's still a national big race intermediate driver. Alex Thomas, another fast guy from the Southeast. Daze. This is, I would say this is a honest redneck. Thank you, sir. Check out his YouTube channel as well. I'll put this up here. If you guys see that, D'Angelo Harrington has a question. You guys can check that out. Back to Fall Brawl. Sorry, I got distracted as I usually do. I am trying to bring up video for you guys. So this is, it's not bad, but I want to see the track because Brian Burnett builds a track, and it was rough. But shout out to Camden Line, dude. Camden Line kicked ass, dude. That guy took the lead and like never looked back and absolutely kicked ass.
Marshall's ready.
Now,
Let's fill him up.
Normally, okay, this isn't a race of maximum. How can I put it? Because I think this race still had very fast guys at this race, but this wasn't. I would say that the level of competition in the pro class and the intermediate class is not on the level of, say, a DNC or a Wicked Weekend or PNB or any of these type of races. So, and we know this, but this race had some very fast racers. We have Mason Fuller, Brandon Rose, Cole Ogden. Cole Ogden's always good at this race. He was TQ at this race. So I think this is a great win for Camden Lime. He's been knocking on the door of a big win. I would say this is a big win for him. Is it as big as aforementioned races? No, but still a very confidence building big race, because this, in my eyes, this is a race that Brandon Rose and Mason Fuller should be battling each other out, and Camden Lime, maybe they're in third. But it wasn't like that. Camden Lime kicked ass. You can see how rough it is. Just Camden Lime with the pink side dams. I think on lap 3, He got into first and never looked back, like just led this race. Now, there he makes a big mistake. I will say that he's been to this race quite a few times, so he understands how it's going to work and how everything's going to be. But I still just a great race for him. And Fuller already won Nitro Truggy, but man, Fuller could not catch him. Could not catch Camden Line once he got out in front. And there you see Fuller. He's right behind his co-Ogden. And yeah, well done, Camden Line. Well done. Great momentum, great confidence booster at the end of the year for Camden Line, and going on to Adobe here this weekend coming up, and obviously probably Silver State and those type of races coming up here in January. So well done to Camden Line. There you can see the track. Track is blowing out. I've seen it a lot worse. Now it might be a lot worse than what I'm seeing on video here, but like that jump blew out. You can see guys are either going around or to the inside of that hole. But this type of stuff is kind of normal at this type of racing at Fall Brawl. These bumps and humps and jumps. There's Cole and Mason battling out, and there is woof. Wow. That's crazy. Crazy. All right. Hold on. So also, I think this race was a good turnout for Brent. He has two races here at this track. He has the RC Pro-Am, which is a great idea. But honestly, it's had decent numbers, but not this year. This year it had pretty decent numbers, but it never gets the numbers that Fall Brawl gets. And then Masters Alert, the first year not being at Beach RC was not very good this year, number-wise. So I think he had 420 something entries, 188 people there. So I think this is a good turnout for Brent. Like good recuperation as a race promoter. I never want to see these race promoters lose money, because they spend a lot of money to get into this. And I know he probably lost a lot of money on some races this year. So I'm happy to see him go more than break even at these races. And once again, the people come to Fall Brawl. People come from the Northeast. A lot of the Northeast guys come down. A lot of people from the Southeast, obviously, Midwest, Ohio, those type of areas come down, because it's a guaranteed race. But I think that's the 25th iteration of that race. So that's pretty cool. I just wanted to say a big shout out to some young racers who did pretty well. I think Gabriel Santiago came up from Florida, very fast young Florida racer running Techno RC. I watched him develop over the last few years. Very good. He took the win in intermediate Nitro Buggy and E-Buggy, followed by Donato Tridardi, who's another young Florida racer. So those guys race quite a lot against each other. Yeah, man, it looked like a good event. I am actually a little bit gutted about missing it. Even though I enjoyed my time at home, I'm definitely gutted about missing it. Shout out to Nathan Williams, Will Ivey, and Ron Holcomb, Will Taylor, and Shane Downey on their wins in Sportsman Nitro Buggy. So I did watch a good bit of it. Cam Goff, Gabrielle is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I would agree. And so is Donato. Yeah, it's good to see. Florida has a very healthy intermediate scene going on right now in the 8 scale world. So let's see how they make out. I remember when I first met Gabriel, he was running E-Truggy and E-Buggy, and he was nervous to come talk to me. And he was uber fast, but he would break all the time. And I, dude, you just gotta slow down and you gotta run some nitro. And he got a nitro car shortly after, and he's been putting in a lot of work. Like and Donato races a lot. His whole family races. Like he has an older brother that's good. His dad races. They race a lot. So good stuff, man. Congratulations to everybody. Fall Brawl was good. Very good. Very good. All right. I am going to take a quick bill paying break. Thank you to J Concepts for all their support.
Techno RC. Techno RC is a championship-winning manufacturer of high-performance A-scale, 10-scale, Nitro, and electric RC buggies and trucks. With a worldwide dealer network, USA and Europe-based headquarters, comprehensive warranty program, and global race support, Techno RC is excellence in RC. View the full lineup of Techno RC race-proven vehicles by visiting www.technorc.com.
All right. I was just looking at pictures of Derek's puppy that he sent me. Beautiful pup. All right. I'm going to get into one more race, and then that is it for race recaps. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I did not watch it. I'm not going to lie. I kind of, like I said, I was just kind of watching Fall Brawl. I was just kind of burnt out on RC. But we had the U.S. Carpet Championships, off-road U.S. Carpet Off-Road Championships, the Scotty Ernst race. They had the on-road race prior to this. This is held in a hotel. They're in Cleveland, Ohio. I think the 45th iteration. I think the on-roads are going to 45. I'm not sure about the off-road. And obviously, we had talked about earlier Eddie Henley acquiring the subfloor and carpet for this race afterwards. So they put all new stuff on every year. So that's cool. They spent a lot of money just on that, on lumber and carpet. That's got to be $15,000 right there, $20,000 just on that. I could be off, but I would say $12,000 probably. All right, back on topic. Interesting weekend this weekend. Last big 10-scale race of the year, kind of, because the Clash literally starts in 2025 and goes to 2026. I'm just going to go through some of the results. We had Chase Lemieux, Dakota Fenn, Nate Sutherland, Aiden Horn, Tom Rinnick, Brennan Schimmel, Spencer Rifkin, Ryan Cavallari, Tyler Patinot, and Taylor Sontag. Well done, Chase Lemieux. Dakota Fenn, I would say that while this is not a win, I'm sure Dakota Fenn welcomes this second place. I'm sure he wants a win, but second place would have been much better. Chase Lemieux wrapped this up in A1 and A2. Nate Sutherland bumping up to the mod class, maybe a sign of things to come. He finishes 6th. He has an 8th, a 2nd, and a 4th. Aiden Horn, a 3rd, and a 9th, gives him 4th overall. And Tom, a 4, 4, and a 3rd. Schimmel had a 10, 7, and a 2nd. So Schimmel probably definitely need to have a better A1 and a better A2. But nonetheless, good looking stuff for those guys. Rifkin, Cavallari, Tyler Patinod. Cavallari was like 6. He had a 6, 6, 6 the entire weekend. Rifkin had a 5, a 10, and a 5. Interesting. All right, let's look at two-wheel drive. Ryan Cavallari. Look, guys always talk about Cavallari being done. Look, he beat Spencer Rifkin, Taylor Sontag, Brennan Schimmel, Davey Botta, Tom Rinnick, Dakota Fenn, Chase Lemieux, Doug Leverrier, and Aiden Horn. All hot stock in 10-scale racing. And almost 40-year-old Ryan Cavallari beat him. Not even on a chassis. Thank you, Pete. So we got a super chat from Pete for $19.99. Thank you, sir. We got a super chat from Honest Redneck. I met him at Shaw's. Thank you, sir. Michael Thompson, what's up, buddy? How are you? I'm doing good. Man, you guys let Ryan Cavallari come out there and beat you. Ryan had a... Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm probably looking at the wrong thing. Sorry. I'm wrong. I knew I was wrong. Aiden Horn actually won it, which is great because I remember reading his race report saying he hasn't won on carpet in a long time. So Aiden Horn went 1-1. Cavallari went 2-2 and 1. I was watching A3. What's up, Walter Carpenter? What's up, Danny Klaus? So I got excited. I saw A3 and just saw that Cav won. But it was Aiden Horn, Ryan Cavallari, Taylor Sontag, Spencer Rifkin, Brendan Schimmel, Dakota Fenn, Chase Lemieux, Tom Rinnick, Davey Botta, Doug Leverrier. Dude, Aiden Horn's been very good. I would say Aiden Horn has been the best 10-scale driver for Associated this year. Cavallari, A great finish for him. Taylor Sontag, probably a 2025 saving finish for Taylor Sontag. What's up, Lance? How you doing? Brock Harris, we already have done the e-ticket competitions. I did not see your name come up with them. Casey Blasek, we need to see more Ryan Mayfield. I doubt we're going to see that. But you bring up a good point right here, which I'm going to talk on Hot Race 1, 2-wheel drive, and 4-wheel drive, because that's something that I've been doing a lot of. But we'll talk about that in silly season. Impressive by Cavallari. Tater, third is probably not what he wants, but I think that he can take some confidence from that a little bit. No Brock Champlin. He said he wasn't going. Who else did we didn't have? Let's see. Oh, let's see what 17.5 and 13.5 were. So we had Schimmel winning 13.5, Matthew Souza, Dustin Fox, Aaron Mitchell, Brady Carrico, Kyle Go, Benjamin Deckler, Antonio Caputo, Talon Henley, Kyle Holmberg. Schimmel did lay down his smackdown. I mean, he put the heart down on his teammate, Dustin Fox. Well, Dustin got him in A2. And let's look at 17.5. Dustin Fox, Craig Schlegel, Brady Carrico, Aaron Mitchell, Talon Henley, Kyle Go, Jeff Stakowitz, Antonio Caputo, Benjamin Decker, and Matthew Souza. Oh, thank you to the little Donnie or medium-sized Donnie's family. Hope you guys are well. Did you guys go to Fall Brawl this year? They're a beautiful family. Awesome family. Donnie's growing up. The whole family watches him race. He was the original Mike Snatcher. He was the first person to snatch the mic out of my hand. Aiden Horn followed him. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more super chats. You know what? You can also, a super chat, you can become a member. And that helps a lot too. All right. Oops. Because he was testing a new motor. I asked him earlier. He was in her. I think they should drop down and run stock more often, in my opinion. So a great finish to the year. What's up, Omar O? Happy holidays to you, my friend. Did you go to Fall Brawl too? I think it was a good end to the year of 10 scale for guys. It's been a long 10 scale year, with the worlds included and everything else included in it. And they don't have much of a break. Right back on the grind. Back to the grind in 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time. He says, nope, too cold. That's right. You was at AMS. It was nice weather at AMS. All right. Any other races that I should go talk about before we move into silly season? Silly season, brought to you by Beach RC and ML Toys.
BeachRC.com, the racer's one-stop online hobby shop. Choose from all the popular brands and variety in stock with super fast shipping and great customer service. BeachRC.com still has the local hobby shop feel with all the benefits of the internet. BeachRC.com is the exclusive distributor for Ultimate Racing, S-Works, Pro Circuit Racing tires, Nitro Lux fuels, and Assault RC performance products. So fill up your cart and check out at BeachRC.com today.
Are you looking to take your ride-on car to the next level? ML Toys makes it easy with plug-and-play modifications like motors, speed and brake controls, and more. ML Toys is the one-stop shop to make your ride-on car the coolest car in the neighborhood.
All right. Thank you to ML Toys and Beach RC. We have an affiliate link for Beach RC in the written description of this podcast that we got a little slice of. And we have a coupon code with ML Toys where you can save some money for all your children's Power Wheels hop-ups. Also, check out, I did a really cool podcast. I have a Power Wheels podcast. I'm trying to get to 200 subs on YouTube. Go check that out, Power Wheels podcast. Even if you're not into it, it's some pretty cool stories in there, talking to people and on a hobby and industry you didn't even know existed. I didn't know existed. All right, 5 more super chats, everybody. Silly season is here, and I am not bothered by silly season one bit this year. You know, silly season used to be a very anxious time of the year for me, and it's not no more. You know, I'm mildly surprised now and then, and I was mildly surprised recently. But it's actually turning into quite a little busy silly season early because it's, you know, it's about time. It's almost mid-December. This is when things start to happen. All right. Let's see. Here we got Spectra V31. He says, hello from freezing NY, New York State. Why does that look like Axel? Looks like my buddy Axel. So, silly season. We'll start with something last on our show that Max pissed off everybody. Once again, we talked about the European signing of some Spanish driver. We all said it was Adrian Parente. Well, it was Adrian Parente, and he actually went out, and I watched this race. He went out that same weekend and won the last round of the Nitro Spanish Nationals against all the top guys, like Canas and all those guys. But his first outing with the car. So he had a good first outing with the Sparko car. Well done to him. What's up, Luke Prevacek? Danny Cook, the waffles happened early. I cooked them early. You did not win one, my friend. What's up, Luke? How you doing? So no, silly season's about us. We see a lot of people re-signing. A lot of people re-signing with TLR. I wonder if Luke Prevacek's doing because he's a TLR driver. Which shows me they're still going. So good on them. Good on them. I see Hunter King re-signed with them, and people that I know have run TLR for quite a long time. They're still running them. I think one of the most surprising things was, for me, because I didn't see this coming, was actually Tyler Jones out at Sparko. So Tyler Jones on his social media the other day basically announced his departure. I don't know if it's his departure in full, but we'll bring it up here. And basically goes, with 2025 coming to an end in a few weeks, so does my time at Sparko Racing. I enjoy learning the car and showing it off in the States for the first time back in 2023. Since then, wow, he's been there for 2 years. Since then, we've achieved some great results together. If I'm honest, the way they are going about this is very unprofessional. It started at AMS and continued after that. The only way I knew they were terminating my contract was being removed from both team chats out of nowhere. I've called and texted multiple people, but no one will respond. I wish them the best of luck, but just wish they were honest about this decision. With that being said, I'm looking forward to a fresh start in 2026. I'm excited to work with a committed race team that produces out of the box awesome equipment. Stay tuned. Ooh. That was not the best of I would say best of times, which is quite strange because the times I saw at AMS, I saw the Sparko team kind of working together. But I did remember one thing my buddy told me. He goes, yeah, they're having a big top secret meeting in his trailer, and kicked him out of his trailer because he wasn't a part of the team. So with that said, I'm just gonna have a quick read of what Tyler sent me. I don't want to read it all. Okay. So this is about money. That's what it seems like. It's about money. I'm going to have a good read through this. Yeah, but basically he did get ghosted. It sounds like he talked to him. It was a money thing at AMS. It sounds like, because he was getting some money and travel money for doing that. And I think it sounds like they were going to withdraw that. And then I guess they just withdraw them completely from the team. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what I'm reading into right there. Which is, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're playing Lee Setzer. I'm pretty sure they're playing Jonah Wilson. They have a team manager. He needs to get a paying wage as well. So I don't know what it is all about, but I guarantee you it's a lot about funding and who they're gonna budget for and who they're gonna do. Unfortunate for Tyler because I thought he had found a home at Sparko. I know he isn't doing RC racing full time anymore. He has a real job and he has a family and he gets to races. I always thought I would see him. I saw him as like in a senior role at Sparko, kind of like the older driver, even though he's not that old, but you know what I mean? He's kind of like, I'm working in the real world. I appreciate this. So yeah, excuse me. It sounds like to me like Sparko is just kind of shedding budget to make room to pay whoever. That's what it sounds like to me, which is just business moves. Where is Tyler Jones going? Now, I would say I would be upset with how it was handled. I'd be like, just come and say, hey, this is what's happening. We can't afford to pay you. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Blah, blah, blah. If you want to stay with us, we can do this. If you can do that. Now, if he doesn't agree with that, fine. He's free to go do what he wants to do. But, yeah, where does he end up? I'm heard things like X-Ray. Honestly, why doesn't Mugen just hire the guy? I don't know why they don't hire him or Tyler or Tater. Tater can do 10 scale and 8 scale for him, no problem. They can get him cheap. Tyler Jones has a real job. He doesn't, they don't have to pay him a lot. He can run their cars on a limited schedule. I agree with you, Carl Vucinek, ROI. I just saying in a real world, that's what I would do if I was like unlimited budget. I understand why they ain't doing it. So it might be X-Ray. Who knows? He said balls. So it could be X-Ray, Associated, S-Works. But something tells me X-Ray. But X-Ray's team, maybe not. Maybe good for the 8 scale side of things. If Mayfield didn't make any money, why should Mugen hire any additional 8 scale drivers? Mayfield got he got paid. He just didn't get paid much. They paid him, not just not a lot. S-Works has been working to expand. They look great at Fall Brawl. Maybe. Is there room to pay Tyler Jones on? And when I say pay, it's probably looking for a little monthly salary and travel money to get to these races. And a budget. So, I don't know. I don't know where he goes, but he says he's got a home. So, we'll know her shortly. All right. Another one that surprised me. Marco Barufalo leaves Hot Race again. This is the second time he's left Hot Race. And Marco and Nicola are great friends. In fact, I think I'm supposed to record this week with Nicola. I need to message him. I don't know. I would say that, unfortunately, Marco has not had the best couple of years in RC. He won Silver State in 2023 with Techno and then has not really performed since then. He went to WIRC for a year. Now I was on Kyosho. I think in Italy he does okay, but on the international stage he has not done too well. I don't know where Marco's going. Maybe I see GRPs coming out with tires. Maybe GRP. Maybe Matrix, because that's pretty much what Ricardo Berton's running is Kyosho Matrix tires, Renault Savoia. So maybe he's getting on board with them. What's up, Frankie? I would agree if they're actually Matrix, I would say. But oh my gosh. I don't know if Nicola could ever forgive him if he goes to Matrix. And Nicola loves him some Marco. So I don't know. I don't know what will happen there. Oof. I don't know. But very surprised again to see Marco leaving. I would assume that most of these things come down to money. Where is he going to get some money from to run tires and squeak out another year or two of professional RC racing and doing what he's doing? So, what up, Frankie Contreras? That's senior? How you guys doing? And we got Captain Carl Vusenek. Hey, Carl, let's go. Hire Tyler Jones or, make the call to Mugen. Yeah, I know you got all the connects. Hey, I have a question. I saw that the last Top Notch series was going to be held at the Drake Raceway and it's not going to be held there anymore. Is there any reason? I would assume that maybe they just another event was being held there or something. Frankie Contreras Sr., hello. Junior almost done with school. He's got a different mindset moving forward. Awesome. Is he still playing baseball? He should come down to the DR and play some baseball. We're going to talk about hot race right now, actually. Ashley Patterson. Factory Tracks Racing, which is pretty much the team that Al Horn has, that Aiden Horn and a lot of these young Midwest Michigan racers have come up through. I was playing golf now. Okay. Well, golf's big money. Even if you're just a regular golf teacher. Not saying baseball isn't, but golf's good money, even if you're just not a pro. They left J Concepts and they have gone to Hot Race Tires. And this brings me to something I have to give Hot Race a lot of credit. I remember when Nicola told me he was going to get into the 10 scale world, and I was like, that's kind of, I hadn't really been to many, I hadn't started the INS and going to the INS races all this year and seeing, a lot more 10 scale racing over the last year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, it's a big market. It's a market out there. And Nicola, Aiden, Chase have been working very hard during the USA. Nicola's been coming over a lot to test tires, both on carpet and clay smoothies. And they're being rewarded. Like, they were probably the fastest tire at the carpet championships. And they seem to be the fastest tires a lot of places. And I'm hearing a lot of people in the 10 scale world are now going over to Hot Race. So it's probably going to balance out a little bit here now. I'm sure J Concepts had a lot of people as well on their team. So now they'll balance out a little bit. More people will go to Hot Race. Once Promotion, TZO, those are like the next two, I would say, kind of get their stuff figured out. Their compounds for carpet and clay where they work everywhere. J Concepts is going to have to now step it up again. Competition is good, in competition, everybody benefits, especially the consumer, because he'll end up with a better product. So kudos to Hot Race. They have done a good job in the 10 scale route, and I see a lot of people moving over in the 10 scale route. Now, the 8 scale route, I don't know what's going to happen in America anyway. So it will be very interesting to see what happens in that sense. But Hot Race has put in a lot of work. They have been making Nicola's been over her trying compounds. I've talked to Aiden. He talked on our live shows about how much he's tested out tires. They're constantly testing. He's been at the track. Chase Lemieux pretty much lives at the track because he goes to trackside every day and just practices and, has an office there with his dad. So they've been putting in a lot of work at these different tracks, and they've been rewarded with tires that work really well everywhere. So good job to them. So everybody else gonna have to step up their game, and we'll see what happens. And then somebody told me that Adrian Stillwell, who was the INS independent champion, neither the Schumacher, which is strange because he's a Hoosier racer, and that is a pretty much X-ray dominated area with Talon Henley and whatnot. But maybe he wants to be a little bit different, or maybe he wants to try something different. What up, Richard Hess? Who pays Kato? If I'm AE, I'm stealing him from Infinity for 1/8 and touring car. Is Associated that serious about touring car though? I don't know anything about this. Is the car capable enough of competing? I know it just recently competed, saying that, but I'm honestly asking questions, sir. Like, is it capable as some of these? I mean, some of these cars I've seen, crazy. But Kauki Kato is a damn good driver. He is the next big thing coming out of Asia. That area. I don't know how old is he. If he isn't that old, what's going on with Infinity? Are they gonna do anything in the USA market? Anyway, you know what? My buddy ran a synopsis scenario across me the other day, which I never even thought about. And with Hong Noir and their new car, because you see Chad Bradley built one with A-Man. You got to keep your eyes open. When you're dealing with silly season, you got to look for clues and you know, look for things that reach out and bite you and pay attention. But we're just getting started here. Just getting started. I'm sure now over Christmas and going up to New Year's, there's going to be more announcements. I don't really think we're still going to be able to see we're going to see that many big moves. I think a lot of people kind of locked in. We got a World's Year next year coming up, big 8-scale World Year coming up, and people are going to stay locked in for that, I think. And honestly, there's not really much choices for these guys. Some guys have to kind of just stay where they are and get what they get until things get better, I guess. All right. So we're going to take a few Q&A questions. I'm out of coffee. I need another one. I need to get some lunch too. And we are 5 away from our goal. Let's see how our poll is going. If anybody has any questions about silly season, let me know. But that's basically all that I know right now. So 74% of you wanted this to happen in the USA so far. I'm going to end that. 39 votes. What's up, Alan? You recovered from Fall Brawl, my friend? He did the hero one. The hero version of RC racing is where you pack up everything and leave Sunday and drive home. And you drive, I don't know, 10, 11 hours. So he was tired. I was talking to him yesterday. I know that feeling all too well. Dude, there's a lot of racing. I was going through Red RC's Facebook this morning, just checking out, because I find they have quite a lot on racing. There was a race where Volker and the EWS International, Volker came first, followed by Hagberg and Schumacher's Elliot Harper. It looks like Orlowski went over to China. Man, he's another one that just won't stop. He was racing at the GDC race. I'm wondering if this was the race that everybody was at. I'm just looking at the pictures from the Worlds. Shioki, is that his name? Let me see. Let me make sure I got his name right. Shioki Takahata. Mugen, man. Mugen's got quite a few of these titles as well. A world title is a world title. It doesn't matter if the rest of the world didn't show up. It's still a world title. But that kid, Catanzani, was the fast. He was on fire. And so was Maxime looking at this new tire. Oh, let's bring that up. That's something we can have a look at. More tires. GRP. If you don't remember what GRP was, they used to be really good tires back in the day. Drake might have won a Nationals with this, if I'm not mistaken. Why can't I access my... All right, we got some questions. There we go. They had good engines. Remember that TLR 8.0 with a GRP engine and GRP tires. He might have still been Pro Line back then. I can't remember. He won a lot of races with that. I need coffee. I already had 2 cups of coffee, Carl. All right. Why hasn't Fenn dominated 2-wheel drive 10 scale like he did with TLR? I mean, I don't think he dominated with TLR either. Fenn had a very good start to the year. And 8 scale wise, he won more races this year than he did last year. I would have to go check his last record with TLR. I think that I said this when I said this when I did my Lefty Simple Thoughts. Time, right? I think that going to a different chassis for these guys is way more critical than it is for us normal guys. To be competitive against people that are just as fast as him or going as fast as him who have better cars, especially on the surfaces that we have now. So I did talk about the 10 scale worlds, Pete. Sorry. So with that said, and I personally think having a kid, like I think having a kid halfway through the season, while I think everything's good, I think it's a distraction, right? And it's a distraction you have to get used to. And it's something he has to get used to when others have had a chance to get used to it. If in 8 scale, others have had a chance to get used to it. So Mayfield knows how it feels to be on the road with his kids being home. Tebow, Lutz, Fenn doesn't. Now, not many guys like that in 10 scale, but he's now a dad competing against kids. So, yeah, I honestly think just switching the chassis, having to get used to that chassis, and then having a kid halfway through the season, it changes your life. Seriously. So I think that's it. I think he'll be fine. What's your thoughts on J Concepts announcing the ONS series for next year? I think it's good. Everybody says they want outdoor, off-road, old school, 10 scale RC racing. Great. Let's show up and support it. And I would like to do gas truck. Will we see an Elite RC point series for 2026? We shall not see one. Not by Elite. I don't know. And not by NNRC. So maybe Slow as Fast guys will do one again this year. And as I said, Pete, I did talk about that. Eric Quartermars, I think Fenn is still learning the X-ray with the bar for the kiddo. He is not. I would agree with that. And I would say, I said this on my show, I would say not having like a guy like Paul Ciccarello there to help out and to be driving and to be testing and to be doing stuff like that. And focus on 10 scale and helping those guys out. I think that's needed. What's up, Frank Sell? How are you, my friend? I finished drinking some of your delicious coffee. I have a little bit left. It's cold. I don't like cold coffee. Eric Quartermouse. Is that how we say it? Any bold predictions for 2026? In what way, my friend? Like winning a race or silly season move? I don't really have any bold predictions. I think that maybe Mayako gets a top. They have Cavallari, but maybe they got another top driver next year, 2026. So I don't know. That would be I don't know if that's a bold prediction. I would say Hong Dis would be who would be Hong Nor's pro driver. That would be a bold prediction. Shit. I don't know. I know they got money to pay for it if A-Man's behind it. Thank you, Pete. We're on 6 super chats. 4 away from our goal. And he says, Mayfield wins the 8-scale Nitro buggy routes. That's not a bold prediction. Who's going to be the Hong Nor pro driver? I don't know, Carl. Tater Sontag? But Hong Nor, if they're going to be serious and A-Main's going to be serious, then they will have some money. So maybe they can afford to hire a driver. All right, so we got a bunch of questions coming in here. Travis RC, what's the next big manufacturer brand to finally break out and be a top contender? Whichever brand has enough money to hire a driver to do that. So that means whichever brand out there can have enough money to probably hire a Dakota Fend, a Ryan Mayfield, a Davide Ongaro, a Canas, a Mason Fuller, maybe a Rana Falk, that caliber of driver. Herky is my homeboy. Lefty, I know you get a rental ride for some events. Come on, man, get a solid ride. Have the team bring you a car or truck at each event if Scotty can. I have my own truck. I have a Techno 2.0 that I take to races. I have it, and it's built. It has Red's electronics in it. It's great. It's dialed. I race it quite a lot. I don't have any 10-scale cars. Close enough on pronunciation. Predictions in terms of racing product or your gut feeling for the future. My gut feeling for the future is that some of these drivers will be out of jobs. I heard that Fall Brawl with Losi is creating an 8-scale team. Is this true? I mean, they always had a 8-scale team. They just didn't have any pro drivers. So they don't have any pro drivers now. So they always had an 8-scale team. Whether or not they're going to hire pro drivers or not, it doesn't matter. Bold prediction, JQ will piss people off in 2026, including himself. A lot of I don't knows from the Swami. I don't know. What's up, Dwayne Fisher? Ooh, I did see this. Will Crow, what's up? On our way back from the MSN Southern Showdown series at Thornhill, had a blast at a top-notch track. That's right. I think that was good. I talked to Mark about that on the Mark Santamaria 3.0 podcast. David Alberico, what are your thoughts on large entry count races versus races with an entry cap? Florida was capped, but the U.S. indoor champs are not. You think racers would pay a higher entry fee for less entries and a more enjoyable event? I am a big fan of capped events and paying more. I personally enjoy both events, but me personally, if I was going to go to a race, there's a reason I like nationals and worlds and that stuff, because they're capped. They're done at a good time. But I am all about cap races. I know not every race can be capped, but I definitely like getting the race days done at an early day and getting them going at a later morning time. But at the same time, I've had a lot of fun being at the track from 7 to 12 sometimes. But I don't think we'll ever see all events go capped. 2.0 Lefty Edition. I don't know what that means. I don't know. What up, Adrian? We were just talking about you and your big move to Schumacher. Adrian, are you going to still be running independent class, or are you bumping up to the spec mod class? Carl Vucinic, you're going to be cheering on Tater Sontag next year. Go Tater! In 8 scale and 10 scale. Or maybe Tyler Jones. Go Tyler Jones! I like Carl. Captain Carl Vucinic, a.k.a. Mugen Man. Maybe he answered my question earlier. All right. Any more questions? Who will have more pros, TNR or SIC? I will tell you which race has more pros. Whichever race has the most contingency for those top pros. But if each race had its own equal contingency, I'm pretty sure most of them will go to the TNR race. What? You're higher than a giraffe's? I can't say that word. Cheering on Tater Sontag. No, I think the I haven't been to it, but from all that I've heard about the venue of where the TNR facility where they do his race, it's very nice. So, yeah, it's going to have more entries than SIC. I think the pros are going to be split between both of them. So it sucks. That's all Silver State's fault. That whole jumbled mess right there is Silver State's fault. And it's not going to be fixed until next year. And it's probably going to be either Dave move. If I'm Dave, I'm just going to move SIC to third weekend of February after whatchamacallit. What's his name? Valentine's Day. Revolution Motorsport. What, in your opinion, what is the best race to attend 8 scale indoor for my youngest son for track time and competition? Well, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Track time, you're probably not going to get a lot of at these races. Competition will be at all of competition. The utmost competition that you're going to get in the USA at top national level races are the Nationals, DNC, PNB, Silver State, Wicked Weekend, AMS. I would say maybe SIC. But those races are like the top national races of the USA. I'm sure there will be more. I'm just saying at this moment, those are. You don't really got a lot of runtime at DNC. You don't got a lot of runtime at Silver State. Wicked Weekend and PNB, you can practice. It's open practice. You still have to wait in lines. AMS is scheduled practice, so you have a scheduled practice session. I think AMS, you get the most runtime if you run multiple classes. But those are the big national events. Now, there's other events that are indoor events. I know about the ones in the Southeast that I'll mention, or like Fall Brawl that just happened. He has another race there at Lake Waccamaw called RC Pro-Am, and then Mark Moon has 2 under a roof races there in Tiger, Georgia, which all have good competition, but not as high as maybe a national level, but great races nonetheless. I still like them both, and both great locations to have races. I prefer where Mark Moon's race is because I like it up there in Tiger, Georgia, up in the mountains. It's beautiful. And they're both open arenas. So the sides are open. So the nitro exhaust and the dust kind of goes away. Now, I will say this. Both areas can get cold and rainy. So that would be my suggestion to you. I would also suggest whatever region you're in, if you're in the USA, maybe go into some regionally big races there, and I'm sure lots of regions have those races, and then graduate up to some of the bigger races. Oh yeah, AMS is a good one to attend. A lot of Canadians come down for PNB and Wicked Weekend. I personally, my favorite race time event is Wicked Weekend. Now it's getting big, but it's a beautiful venue. It's a little warm. It might be a little warm for you Canadians, but it's good. They all have their pluses and negatives, but for a straight up run time, if you're gonna run like 3 classes and you're gonna get at AMS, you get, if you make the A final in both your classes, you got 45-minute Nitro classes and triple 10-minute A finals. Dana Tino, club race. Find your, I mean, I'm sure they club race, but they want to come to other races as well. Any other questions? We've been going for 1 minute and 41 seconds. Southern Nats was fun. It was a good venue. It was a good track build. It was very convenient. It was very nice. Very nice, but expensive. That's the issue, right? Expensive venue, logistically expensive for race time to take everything there. And then if you didn't get done, you got fined like $1,000 per hour. Every hour you, like if you didn't get done by the curfew. But beautiful facility. Air conditioned, completely air conditioned. Herky is my homeboy. Enjoy your lunch, Lefty. I appreciate your content. Enjoy your lunch, my friend. I'm going to be doing another one of these next week. Hell, I might do another one of these this week. Who knows? I have to get together with Max, the pisser off of everybody. And he has this whole big rant about EFRA and the AGM. I'm like, this is life. Welcome to life. Lefty, who's your top 3 8-scale Nitro world next year? Am I coloring my hair? That's my natural hair color, Carl. I have a little gray hair. I need to go to the barbershop. I need a beard trim and a haircut. Hey, you know what I'm going to say? If you guys get pissed off at Max, just say it in the comments. Don't say it to me. Please go in the comments, help that algorithm. And I'm sure he would find some time. You'll get more responses from Max than I do. So there you go. Go. Let him argue. Let him get fired up. He's finding out how life really works. Pete, who's my top 3 for Nitro World next year? No particular order. Mayfield, Ongaro, Ronafalk. Tabor. We did, my friend. We did the e-ticket competitions at the very beginning. Chucky Stacker. That's right. I got this and a couple of shirts from Hobby Action. Thank you to Larry. I appreciate it. Dwayne Fisher. I am, as of now, I know in January I'm going to Beast of the East, which this is my 3rd time going. Really enjoy going to that race in Lucama. Then off to INS, SIC. And then up to Wisconsin for INS. Max works great. He does. He plays his role absolutely great. Jan Disler. That's why I want people to comment to him, not to me, that Max pisses you off. Max pissed me off on a regular basis. I want to really do bodily harm to Max, especially when we're trying to find something to eat. And you know, he's a vegan and he can't eat certain things. And then I'll assume I'm going to be I'll be doing pretty much the race time events, PMB, Wicked Weekend, AMS. I am definitely going to go to the World Championships next year. There's been some talk about me maybe coming over for Euros. Honestly, what I would like to do next year, I would like to either, I tell you what I'd like to do next year. I would like to go do two things. And they're both RC related, but they'll be a vacation / work. I know there's no. I would like to go to something like Pro Line by the Fire or something equivalent, big like that. And I would love to go to, and I want to participate in that. And I would love to go to a national RC boat race. Yeah. And I would like to participate in it. I have to build a boat and have it out there. I can't take it back and forth. I try and build a boat, have it out there waiting for me and race it. But that's another thing that you got to race like a couple of classes. So that's two things I like to do. And I'd like to go hang out with, so I've been really on a big crawling tip. I'm actually got to start building my other crawler. But my buddies Josie and Gene and Tony, they've all been crawling. Josie and Tony are into the mini crawlers, and they do a competition at each, like they have different houses they go to, and they have this badass mini crawler course at their house. And that's when I go spend a weekend there and enjoy hanging out and doing mini crawler stuff. And I tell you what I want for Christmas. If anybody wants to get me a Christmas gift, I'm on a crawler tip. I want the new Exo Caged Trail X. So I got to meet Joe. Gene took me to his compound up there, Exo Cage compound. Exo Cage is a YouTuber guy. And so my Gene's been helping him build. He's got these, I think these are like the best ready to run trail trucks. They're like almost full comp trucks in my opinion. They got aluminum cheat code Mios axles, carbon fiber frames, high clearance links, the Fusion Hobby Fusion Pro ESC, a nice servo, Mios radio, J Concepts bodies, what's the Upgrade RC, the brand that Proline bought. I'm sorry, not Proline, that A-Main bought their tires. $6.99, I think it is for that truck. Or it might be $7.99. You can't beat that with a stick. All that stuff. I also want a comp crawler that my buddy Gene has that's built by him. So I went from like just scale crawling type of stuff to like I want a full-on comp crawler now. And I never liked that stuff. But now I'm into it after driving my buddy Gene's car. And finally, hopefully for Christmas, I'll have my TF2 RC four-wheel drive four-door Toyota Hilux back that my buddies had for like 5 years. He's like painted it and he's making it look all wicked. And my next dream crawl after that is like a Vanquish chassis or really good chassis with a Toyota hard body on it. Yeah, I'm geeking out on crawling. And I need to take that out. That Coca-Cola boat, we need to get that out and running. So we'll see. He's my little brother from another mother. No. I'm old enough to be Max's dad. Max is only 25. I could have been his dad. I'm 47. It is my boy. And, you know, he brings a unique perspective to the podcast. All right. Well, I want to say thank you guys. We did get some super chats from Chad Roberts, Mike Lopes, Honest Redneck, Pete, DL Adventures, and Pete again. We did reach our goal of 10, unfortunately. Pecco is back on this. He says we're going to do a show on the 17th, which actually is maybe next Wednesday. Oh. I need to do a Christmas show. I need to get a company I need some companies to do some giveaways. So if you're a company and you want to give away some product for our Christmas show, you want to get some advertising for some product giveaway, let me know. So Pekka is back the next week, the 17th. Today is Tuesday. I might do another live show Friday. We'll see. I have some really good podcasts I need to drop. I have one with Test Logger Guy, which I think you guys are going to like. I have one with Paul Thacker, which is pretty good. And I have the Brock Champlin one, which is pretty good. Which one should I drop first? Should I drop the Brock Champlin? Guess what? If you're a patron or YouTube member, you get it pretty soon. Mike Lopes, enjoy some racing, lefty. All work and no play. Jack makes a you get well. Heal up. So we can see you back at the track. Man. But yes, I'm going to take some time off too, I think. I'll take a week off. I think the Champlin one's going to come out, Eric. It'll be out maybe next week. It'll be, if you're a patron or YouTube member, you're going to have it probably tomorrow. So it was a good chat with Champlin. I wanted to see where his brain was at. He's changed a lot. So it was good talking to him. Good talking to him. Then Pekka and I is going to have a catch up on his time in China. Then Max and I are going to do a Christmas show. And if you're a company and want to give away something for our Christmas show, hit me up. We're looking for nothing serious, little product here and there to give away. We'll give to our listeners. And I think we're going to do our Christmas show around this time or a little earlier because we're going to catch our European friends. Which I'm surprised that Basement isn't in her. I'm very shocked. I'm going to have to ask Basement where he's been because he's not been in her today. Very shocked. Well, guys, thank you all for the support with the e-ticket competitions. Congratulations to all the winners. And thank you for all the support with the Elite RC Productions. They have the Exalt race coming up this weekend, and then they are done. Lance has only got a week or so off, and then he's off to the Clash. But Danny Paz has some extra time off. And then we're back on the road doing our thing. And I will see you all at the races in January. Thank you all for the support. Please, if you guys can, show us some love. Hit that sub, like, and notification button. It helps us out. Share us out. If you like what we're doing, also you can give us a super chat or support us via becoming a member or a YouTube member or a patron. It helps out greatly. And hey, Matt Dixon, how you doing? And also, if you guys can, support the companies that make this happen. Let them know you heard about it on the podcast. There's some coupon codes and some affiliate links. They're all right there. High Tech RC, J Concepts, Sidewinder, Latara Racing, Invisible Speed, ML Toys, Side Piece Racing, Dollar Hobbies, Get Shit Done Coffee, Elite RC Productions, RC Project, Mayako, Techno RC, Beach RC, Racecraft USA, Clinic RC, Fly Sky. We got coupons. We got links for them all in the written description. And Matt Dixon says, living the dream as always. Great attitude to have. Great attitude to have. With that said, everybody, you all have a good Tuesday. And you might be hearing from me again later on this week. Let me know. Or definitely next week when Pecco gets back. We'll see how things go. Thank you all for the support. And thank you, Basil. I appreciate it, man. You guys are the ones that making all this possible because without you guys, none of it's possible. So thank you for the continued support. Love you guys like life. Lefty is out.